Hi y'all, it's Bonnie Rigsby, the Eternal Gypsy and owner of Let Your Soul Breathe. You are probably wondering why I am wearing bubble wrap today. So we'll get to that in a few minutes. I have a specific point in mind, but I'm going to leave it on for a little bit. It'll be a little awkward because I'm used to talking with my hands for those who know me. In any event, I want to start today about our video blog, Spirituality versus Religion. I don't really like the title Versus, but I thought it would get kind of a point across of the state of our country, our world, about the differences between the two and the way things are actually judged, okay? Not a word I usually like or use a lot, but one that definitely applies in this case. So first let's talk about maybe my life path, just to kind of give you a sense of what's going on in my head. So I was raised as a Southern Baptist. I was raised as Christian faith. I do very much consider myself still of Christian faith. However, I also consider myself a Heinz 57 version of Christianity, spirituality, Hindu, Buddhism. It's a whole mixed bag of what I truly believe in. So I don't feel like you have to stay in one lane. Now, I come from a background back in Virginia. Tons of people did the exact same thing, followed the same religion for their lifetime. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. What I have found in my life, once I investigated other cultures and religions, I very much felt like a part of me was within them. So my own personal belief is that they're one and the same. There's truth in every form of religion. I think a lot of folks are very afraid to go outside of what's considered normal and veer in a different direction. And what happens is people are very fearful of doing something outside the norm, and then they get upset with folks who won't conform to fitting in their box, so to speak. So for example, folks who are religious tend to like to go to church. Again, nothing at all wrong with that. But there are others who are spiritual who may find church in different ways. For example, if you look behind me, this is my church, nature. And I know a lot of folks feel the same. If I'm exercising in nature, if I'm sitting in nature, that is when I feel closest to God. You can hear the little ducks behind me agreeing with me. So this is in my heart where I feel my church and where I feel my soul and my God speak to me. So there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with anyone expressing their community and their worship in church. It's a beautiful thing. What I'm here to do is to try to eliminate a little bit of the divide that we've come across in our society. As you know, this country is so divided, it is not funny. One of many divides, I believe, is fears, and fears of what people don't understand. So let me just say, when we're talking about religion versus spirituality, I know it starts a lot of battles in the world, and as someone who kind of veered a different path than most or a lot of folks do, I have been on the receiving end of a lot of hate, a lot of fear, a lot of labeling and judgment. That of course isn't founded, but in any event always hurts, of course. But what I'm saying is, if we can eliminate the fear piece, and at the very least, instead of judging someone or labeling them because they don't have the exact same belief system that we do or religion that we do, why not take a moment to educate yourself? When we educate ourselves, we actually can bring forth some sort of change. Not that you ever have to conform to the exact same beliefs that they have, but you can maybe have an understanding of who they are, no longer be afraid of them, and that can change the course of things. So fear, of course, leads to judgment. Judgment can lead to anger and violence and so many things. So we don't want to do that. I, many years, have been labeled as everything. Oh, you're worshiping the devil. Oh, you're not true to your family because you've changed course, or there's no way that you can be in more than one religion, or spirituality or metaphysical. That's a bad word. That just means the devil's worship. It doesn't, okay? I've heard it all. I understand it's out there, but I'm here to squash it. You know, if you really look up the definitions of religion and spirituality in the dictionary, they're very similar. I mean, religious typically means you're worshiping a higher power, your creator, your God. And spirituality, you're doing the same thing. You're searching for meaning and purpose in the divine, in the human form where we are. So, it's one and the same, right? We're both seeking that purpose. So that's why I wanted to share that with you today, to point out how important it is to not allow that to divide us. Now, you're probably wondering why this. Here's my thought process on that. When I'm wearing this bubble wrap, it reminds me of kind of the mentality of some out there. The mentality of, I need to protect myself at all costs, you know? And I totally get it, because there's a lot of things we need to be protecting ourselves from. I just choose to run off of faith rather than bubble wrap, but just for the message, the visual message. When I am wrapped in this bubble wrap, yes, I am protected from harmful things, and it's snug and sort of kind of cozy in here. But what am I missing if I'm wrapped in this and I'm not free to express and create? Then that can be a problem. So that's kind of what this represents. And if you think of it that way, and then you remove those boundaries that you've put up there and take away the fear and go strictly on faith, then what do you have? You have something entirely different. So, you don't take this off, it's getting a little hot anyway. Okay, now what do we have? We have freedom, we have nature, we have a beautiful sunny day to enjoy. We can fully express and create anything we want. So we're kind of stifling ourselves with this mentality of, let's protect ourselves at all cost. Let's judge and label others because I'm fearful, I don't understand what they're doing, so it must be wrong. Let's squash it. We're all in the same picnic here. Let's work together. If you're spiritual, if you're religious, both of you, rock on. I love you both. There's nothing wrong with either one. And just because we create a new path, you know, really, that's what we're here to do. We're here to create. We're here to change the course of things, make them better. So some things are going to be better the way we used to do them, and let's keep doing it. Other times, there's new knowledge to be shared and new experiences. So let's think of it that way, okay? I hope it helps you just kind of seeing that visual. Stay tuned on my website as usual, letyoursoulbreathe.com. You're going to see the full video blog. I know that the lighting is going to be a little weird out here today, but I chose to shoot out in nature because it's just, again, my church and a beautiful place to kind of get the message across. There's nothing wrong with this church. This is the man upstairs at work, and we're all part of that work that he's created. So whether you consider yourself religious or spiritual, embrace the day, embrace your friends, and listen to the ducks. They got my back. They're hearing me. They're clapping for us, okay? Anyway, go to my website, check out the full blog. Next week we're going to talk about stress management. Make sure that you are subscribing to my YouTube channel. It's super important, and make sure you click on that little bell so that you know you can be informed of videos as they come about, okay? Reach out, give me suggestions for any future blogs. We're just going to keep going with it for now, okay? Peace, love, and light, y'all. I love you. I hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you soon.